I wish you that life never ends, that trouble and sadness do not come your way, eternal happiness, good friends, success, health, and sunny days. Hello, dear viewers. You are on the Moodsmith channel. On June 28, 2024, the national holiday of Fit Day and the Church Day of Remembrance of the Prophet Amos take place. In this video you will learn what you cannot do on this day, folk signs, holidays on June 28, what you can do, ancient traditions and beliefs, what prohibitions and customs are established for today. On June 28, the Orthodox Church remembers the prophet Amos, the martyrs Vitus, Modest and the martyr Crescentia. The prophet Amos lived in the 8th century BC, in Judea, and was a simple shepherd. One day I heard God's command to go to the northern kingdom of Israel and report the approach of the Lord's judgment. When Amos was preaching at the royal temple in Bethel, he was driven away by the local priest Amaziah, after which the prophet stopped preaching publicly and began to write down his prophecies and visions. Saint Amos became famous for his denunciations of judges, officials, and moneylenders. His sermons were included in the Bible. According to the apocryphal book Life of the Prophets, Amos was mortally wounded by the son of Amaziah. Due to his injury, he died and was buried in his homeland. Saint Vitus was the son of a pagan Roman senator. His teacher was Saint Modest, and his nurse was Crescentia. Under the influence of Modest, the boy converted to Christianity. Later, Modest and Vitus had to stand trial. They were cruelly tortured and tried to force them to renounce their faith. During one of the tortures, Crescentia came out of the crowd. She reproached the ruler for cruelty and confessed herself to be a Christian. She was also tortured. The martyrs were hanged on poles. Through the prayer of Saint Vitus, an earthquake occurred. An angel took the martyrs down from the pillars and carried them to Lucania, where the saints joyfully joined the Lord. This event took place around 303. Folk traditions of this day. On this summer day, representatives of the clergy honor the memory of Saint Vitus. People called him Fit. Since ancient times, after the day of his memory, grain was no longer sown. People said that he would not have time to mature in time. The peasants also carefully monitored the animals so that they would not accidentally enter the field where they would rise to the gatherings. They say that a cow that has eaten grain becomes bloated. The animal may die in this case, and it is almost impossible to save it. Even prayers to the martyr Modest, who in Rus was revered as the patron saint of livestock, did not help. There are many icons in which Modest is depicted with Blasius, laurel and flaw. He, like other saints, is mentioned in conspiracies that protect animals from disease, damage and wild animals. June 28 is the perfect day to collect herbs and flowers. Since ancient times, our ancestors gathered and went early in the morning to collect flowers and herbs, which they then used for medicinal purposes. Healing decoctions were prepared for both people and livestock. If the animal is sick, it is necessary to give it this decoction instead of water. They say that the decoction should be given throughout the day and in a few sips. Then the animal that was sick can recover in the near future. If a person is sick, you should give him a decoction and wait one day. The next morning he will be well. A good omen on June 28 is to visit your relatives, parents, grandparents, other relatives and friends, and help them to the best of your ability and ability. You can do cleaning, minor repairs, and work in the garden. Getting up at dawn and meeting the rising sun means good luck and prosperity in business, household, and personal life. On this day, to change your life, achieve success, and become happier, say I am strong, confident, and full of energy because the love of God renews me. With God's help, I always know what actions are best to take and what decisions need to be made. Write this phrase in the comment to increase the effect. The main prohibitions of this day. The main thing that you cannot do on June 28, St. Vitus Day, is have fun, since, according to signs, today's date is considered unlucky. Our ancestors said that on this day many terrible incidents, accidents, fires, explosions, drownings, and hangings happen. You cannot go to the river, ravine, or forest on St. Vitus Day, because on this day evil spirits can carry you away. Mermaids are especially active on June 28th, taking a person to the very depths. However, there are brave souls who still go to bodies of water. After all, according to legend, on St. Vitus Day you can get an honest answer to any question if you call to the shore a drowned man whom you knew during his lifetime. True, before communicating with him, it is not recommended to talk to anyone, eat, or comb your hair. In addition, there is a risk of becoming numb, since it is forbidden to talk about what happened near the water, so the drowned man, after a conversation, takes away the tongue of the newcomer. You cannot communicate in a raised voice on June 28th, otherwise such a scandal will soon happen that you will have to not only shout, but also use physical force, so today it is better to try not to make noise. On St. Vitus Day, it is prohibited to throw away what is left after breakfast, lunch and dinner. All this must be distributed to the animals, then, according to the sign, good luck and joy will settle in the house. You shouldn't be greedy on June 28th. Today, on the contrary, you need to do charity work, give things to the poor, help lonely elderly people, and also give a gift to a child in an orphanage. Whoever disobeys the ban and shows stinginess will soon lose everything he has. On June 28th, you cannot tell negative dreams before the sun has set. They may soon come true or they will bring problems to the storyteller. But as soon as the sun sets, you can already tell what you saw in your dream. Girls should not tell fortunes. Fortune telling on this day, on the contrary, will scare away the grooms. On June 28th, there are some folk signs that tell you what will happen to the weather in the very near future or in the longer term. Rain means a bad harvest. The marigold flowers have closed during the day, the violet bends its stem before the rain. Grasshoppers chirp more and louder than the average killer whale. Cirrus clouds float from the west leading to prolonged bad weather. A lot of dew in the morning means a good harvest. The color of clothes affects well-being, mood, and even success. For June 28th, the favorable colors are pink and green. Lucky numbers 48, 69, 91, 29, 42. Favorable hours are from 9:00 to 17:00. Who's lucky today? Gemini, Libra, and Scorpio. Friday is best for summing up results, realizing your creative potential and communicating with your loved ones. Today it is best to focus on creativity, self-care, and making decisions regarding your personal life. The patronage of Venus fills Friday with pleasant impressions and emotions. On this day, it is better to postpone all serious and complex matters and cancel unpleasant meetings. On Friday, all senses become more acute, and therefore dreams are filled with vivid details, becoming clearer and more memorable. Such dreams can be interpreted from different positions. They can often have multiple meanings. When choosing the right option, a person must rely on his feelings, which never fail. A person is not ready to admit to himself some desires, which sometimes causes difficulties. Dreams on Friday reveal and expose such desires and urges, allowing a person to face the truth and stop giving up on their hopes. In many ways, when searching for interpretations, you should rely on your own feelings. A dream that leaves you feeling anxious and sad can have a positive meaning. And if, after getting acquainted with the interpretation, your feelings have changed and your fears have dissipated, you should take this as a good sign. Some dreams that a person sees on Friday can be called prophetic. They talk about events that will definitely happen in their personal lives. They are often associated with spouses, lovers, and family members. Not all dreams can be interpreted clearly and ambiguously. If you are frightened by the variety of available dream meanings, then try to narrow your search by remembering the details and making clarifications. The dreams that a person sees on Friday are inextricably linked with his personal life. They can leave a pleasant feeling of anticipation, or they can prepare for disappointment. In any case, it is worth remembering that changes in life periods are often associated with events in your personal life. Therefore, any meetings and partings should be viewed positively. The zodiac sign of those born on June 28 is Cancer. These are capable, judicious, and proactive representatives of the water element. Throughout their lives, they improve existing skills and also expand their horizons of knowledge, developing not only professionally, but also personally. They are not used to stopping there and being content with little. Their tenacity and perseverance in achieving their goals can only be envied. These people carefully consider every word, trying, if possible, to predict all possible scenarios. The decisions they make are always balanced and thought out to the smallest detail. Spontaneity and impulsiveness in important matters are not their defining characteristics. These people are sought-after specialists and competent strategists, therefore they achieve the highest possible results and well-being in all areas of interest. June Cancers are sensitive and impulsive in their interactions with others. When necessary and in the right situation, they can allow themselves sharp statements and critical remarks addressed to strangers. It is worth noting that they always respect social boundaries and moral principles. Such people try to avoid obscene language and raised tones, do not allow arrogance towards themselves, and treat many situations with irony, thereby avoiding serious emotional experiences. Behind external strength and unconditional confidence, these men and women often hide a subtle spiritual organization. Sometimes they can create the impression of arrogant and contradictory people, but in reality they are not. They are able to show responsiveness and compassion towards a narrow circle of the closest people. Cancers born on June 28 can find love and harmony in relationships with Virgo, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, and representatives of their zodiac sign. They have little chance of a happy life with Capricorns, Aquarius, and Leos. They should wear beryl as a talisman, the guardian stone of marital ties and the family hearth, which promotes good relationships between children and parents, husband and wife. The mineral will not allow negative energy to enter the house, which can be brought both by guests with bad intentions and by domesticating themselves. This stone is a talisman of peace and goodwill. Today Gregory, Mikhail, Semyon, Fedor, Modest, Ephraim and Kira celebrate their name days. And that's all I have for today. And you, dear viewers, I would like to thank you for your attention and wish you a good mood, peace, happiness and all the best.